2. What's up? It's your boys,
Dark,
Crimson,
D.
Z.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good. Welcome to the first episode of the year. Before we start off, we got some complaints about our language. So we want y'all to know that we gonna try to keep it as PG as possible. Some of this stuff in here is ridiculous, so you just gonna have to excuse us. But we gonna try. We gonna try. No, because we got the kids watching. So we gonna try. But before we start the service, everybody. Before we start the service, I want y'all to know that be praying for me. I'm a little sick today. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm here. I wasn't gonna come. Z called. He said we need to do this, and for you guys, for y'all, I came. But I won't pause. But I need y'all to do something for me, though. I need y'all to do something for me. Since I came for y'all, I need y'all to smash that like button. I mean, Hulk, smash that like button.
And please hit the subscribe button.
I'm telling you, ring the bell for notifications. Because we saw y'all looking and we getting the views. We out here. We looking. But ain't nobody really subscribing like that.
Now,
so we need y'all to subscribe.
Now, pause real quick. How now? What? Huh? What? Huh? What? Huh?
What?
What's up? What you mean? We trying to be all PG up in here? What you talking about?
We trying to appeal to everybody. Everybody don't like that cussing stuff.
I understand that though, but it's like we don't pick the audience. The audience picks us at the end of the day.
Well, right now we got we want to appeal to everyone.
Well, like I said, if you want the appeal to everybody, come on now, you can't please everybody.
I mean, you can't, but we gonna try.
Like I said, if you want to make this episode a PG one, fine. But I'm not gonna freaking agree to do that every single time, such bro.
Why not?
Because I know me.
Well, this'll help you because you need to stop cussing anyways because you ain't good at it. All right.
Ain't about being good at it, the crap.
All right.
It's a lesson.
First on the docket, Small Dick March. Last year, there was actually a parade dedicated to people with small dicks. Now, me personally, I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know either. That's why I'm looking like, what?
I wasn't even invited. But, I think that's good to embrace what you have. You know what I mean?
I mean, you have to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with anybody else. So.
Exactly. And I heard it's not the size anyway, so... but
I'm sorry, I just can't. I was laughing about that because I'm like, well, ladies, now we weren't invited to that bullshit.
Yeah, but how would?
Sorry about that. I told you. I told you I
couldn't. But anyways, bullshit. Bullshit. But anyways, how would you feel if you looked out your window and you saw a little dick march?
I've been like, what's this?
Exactly. I mean, like, more power to you. That's y'all thing. Who was out there. It wasn't. I didn't see a lot of us's in the video.
Obviously, ain't gonna be no us's in there.
Right. I ain't trying to say that, but I'm just saying I did see a lot of browns there. It was like some milk in there. But did you know that actually in Japan they literally have a penis festival? It's to celebrate fertility. So you could get like penis shaped anything. Literally. And I think that's odd. I'm like, I mean,
Are you sure that wasn't prop parade?
no, you would think it would be, but nah. And like people brought their kids, families, because it's a celebration of like fertility. And I was like, I find it so fascinating how.
I mean, I'm trying so hard to try to be PG.
What?
Because wouldn't that more? I mean, if we're talking about fertility or so, wouldn't that be more so towards women than men?
Well, the guy injects the woman, so I guess that's how. And they might have a women one too. I'm not sure.
Because I mean, that seems kind of misogynistic a little bit. Then,
Well, this is Japan,
I mean,
but yeah, but it was it was an interesting festival though.
mm,
You know, like, can you believe like a whole like nation celebrating like you pretty much?
I mean that's almost equivalent to your Doku Day thing. But
Right.
I mean, but I don't know. I don't know what to say to that.
All right. In other news, there was this elderly guy, right?
Mhm.
Speaking of bucket lists and New Year's, he pretty much had it on his bucket list that he was gonna moon somebody. And I hope the next thing on his bucket list was taking his ass to jail, because that's exactly what fucking happened to him.
I mean,
I'm like,
how did that scenario even happen for me?
yeah, I'm like, why would you stay there? First of all, like, just drop your drawers, moon the bitch, and then go on about your business.
I mean, honestly, a lot of people just moon somebody just being in the car with somebody.
Exactly.
Like, if you trying to do all that, you could just done it like that.
Could have had your grandson driving the car and you just stick your ass out the window. Like,
Pretty much.
but, you know, hopefully, and I pray he's terminally ill, so he could die in there, so I just pray. Or maybe he don't give a fuck. He's like, I'm going to die anyway. But hopefully he wouldn't want to die in a jail cell.
And nah. Because to me, it's like, you trying to moon somebody? Well, come over here and moon me, little boy.
And did you know that hospitals can actually charge you for being difficult?
No, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it seems like it, but Anna Ferris in Wisconsin was crying on the surgery table, and she actually got charged for being emotional.
Okay, first of all, that's dumb. It's all get out, and then also too, shouldn't the doctors like put her on some kind of, pain relieving kind of such so she wouldn't cry about it? If anything, she would have been knocked out.
I mean, if you getting surgery, like you're getting surgery, odds are you gonna cry. That just comes with getting surgery.
No, I get that though, but if you're knocked out, you shouldn't be crying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point, because in surgery, you're not supposed to technically feel the surgery stuff happening. You're supposed to be knocked out to where you wake up and then you find out, okay, surgery's done, and you got the cast on or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I blame that on the doctors, really.
Yeah, I think that's bull crap too. Like, I think if you a good doctor, you should be able to calm your patients down. Like, I've had some doctors. I mean, I'm glad that's not in Texas, because I ain't trying to pay my doctor bills as it is, but I'd be owing more than just a couple of hundred, because I done cussed them out through water, scalding hot water at my nurses. I done flirted with my doctor one time. I had this cute redhead boy. Let me tell you, shoot, I could have had me a sugar mama. But now I'm too needy. I can't marry no doctor.
Okay. So, what other news we have?
But anyway, speaking of doctors, did you know? Now this is what's kidding to me. There's one doctor was gonna amputate this lady's leg who had sugar. He fucks up and amputates the wrong leg, and the only thing he gets is like a fine. I was like, really? So let me get this straight. You're going to amputate the wrong leg. And let me speak into the mic. So really, you're going to amputate the wrong leg, and the only thing that's going to happen to you is you get fined. I want your job. I'm suing your ass. Like I would have,
like take your doctor's license and everything. Like the hell?
I would have rolled my ass to that hospital, and I would have said, "Look, if you don't get me no vibranium legs in under 7 days, I'm suing your ass, and your ass gonna be living under a cardboard box by the time I'm done with your ass. You got 7 days to take your ass to Wakanda, and you better hope it's real too. And if it's not, oh the fuck well, that's just your ass fucking my shit up. You know what I mean?
And see, here's my thing. You telling me I didn't stop cussing, but look what you just did.
No, because I'm
PG my foot, boy.
Speaking of foot, he just cut off this woman's leg. And the only thing that happened to you is getting fined, man.
But you just proved my point right here though, that we cannot be PG, bro.
Nah, son. Shoot, you better do something. Get me a robotic leg, and the leg better work fine.
But I'm talking about like saying we can't be PG, bro. You just did it right there, saying that we can't be PG, bro.
Well, I told him some of this stuff is messed up. Well, yeah.
I know that, but still.
But how would you feel if, like, you had sugar and the doctor amputated your wrong leg? How would you feel?
First of all, he ain't amputate nothing. Because I ain't want my leg being gone in general.
No, but I'm saying, how would you feel if you were in that situation?
But like I said, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't even been in the hospital in the first place. That would have been the case. Now in terms of if the wrong foot was caught off and all this other stuff, I would have been pissed. Cause I would be looking like, you know what? Give me his foot. Give me his foot. And attach it to my foot, and we gonna roll, and we call it even. That's what I would have done. But like, give me his foot. It'll be the wrong kind of color, but I'm good with that.
Exactly. And then yesterday, a bus driver got fired for being too short.
How does that work?
Exactly. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm thinking it must have been like a different protocol. Maybe they just made some rules, because it says here that she's been working there for what? I want to say 20 years?
20? Really?
So the only thing that I can see is they got new protocol, like you have to be yay high, or you have to be this age or something.
I'm sorry, but that's stupid as all get out, because if you sitting here been doing this for 20 years and nobody's been injured, no accidents been happening on your record or whatever, why do you get fired because you're short? Like, why does that matter now?
Yeah, like, to me, even if there is new policies and stuff, I feel like you should be grandfathered in at a certain point. And so I felt like that shouldn't have mattered to her. That's idiotic. Idiotic to me.
Yeah.
Moving on, so some more, I hate to say it, but some more white people shit. So there's this guy that goes on the airplane, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's these group of people that say anything could be a mask. Anything could be a mask.
I mean,
and so basically, he gets his wife panties, puts him on his face, and says, "I have my mask. As long as my nose and mouth is covered, this is my mask."
Bruh.
People.
First of all, he must have been an anime person, cause I always see that crazy ass shit only in anime.
People, this is serious.
Come on, man, you bet. like you said, he was Caucasian. So
yeah, see, this ain't no playing games. See, y'all playing games.
Y'all stupid, bro.
This is why we ain't conquered this shit yet. It's been 3 years, because dumbasses want to be like, "Oh, a mask is a mask as long as it covers your face."
No, I mean, honestly, they all have been doing this rebellious bullshit, but that's just getting retarded with it now.
Yeah, like, come on, man, get over it. Get over it, like.
And also, too, like, My whole thing was her panties that big enough to where it could cover his face like that?
Or was his head that?
I mean, was his head like that small or so to where he could do that shit? Or was her panties that big?
I mean, they didn't seem that big, but you know that panty stretch.
No, I get that, but no. To me, I'm saying is that depends on the type of girl that he's with. If it's like a little skinny little girl and such, nigga, you might have been wearing a thong in your damn face. Then if it's a big girl, then it's like, nigga, that's a whole. I don't know how big she is though, but I'm just saying depending on the girl. So it's like you got your whole weird ass ski mask on kind of shit.
Yeah.
So to me, that just it's still weird as fuck.
Right.
You might as well be putting stockings on or something. That's at least a decent kind of mask.
But in other news, and this dude is just an asshole to his wife. Honestly, I hope she divorces him. A family member of his wife dies, and he tells her through a game of Guess Who.
What the hell?
So you know how the game Guess Who works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lined her whole, like, a bunch of family members up and made them play Guess Who. Instead of just flat out telling her, oh, your aunt died or your uncle died. He made her play a game of Guess Who. That's messed up.
That's unnecessary. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like, I'm like, can't you just... He must have not liked this family member.
Regardless, if you like them...
This family member must have shitted on their marriage or something.
I'm just saying, though, like, if you didn't like that person, then you should have just flat out said it, like, in an asshole way, saying, oh, yeah, baby, you know that motherfucker that, you know, the family I don't fucking like? Yeah, that motherfucker died. Wow. Like, something like that. You just didn't like her, but you literally just did not have balls to just tell her. So you did this immature, stupid ass way or so and play Guess Who? Like, what kind of shit is that?
Like, I mean, I can see myself doing that to somebody I didn't like.
Like I said, you being childish as hell.
Yeah, but that's hell no. You want to check and see if the thing is still running?
Look, gotta do a rollback.
Right.
Nah, still going.
How many minutes?
I can't read it. It says there, like, the thing's literally in the middle of it.
All right, cool. We good. We just checking the comments in the live feed. You know, this is a good one. Asian beatdown. So one thing that I do not play with, that's Asian hate crimes. You know, I feel like they're wrong. Even though I feel Asian people have been prejudiced towards us, you know, I feel like people say African American people, and this is getting deep now. People feel like African American people have lost their culture, but I feel like Japanese people have their culture, and they choose to abandon it. You know, like they get eye whitening surgeries, and they dye their hair blonde, and you know they bleach their skin, and they try to look as white as they possibly can. We as black people, we were brought over here, so European culture is pretty much all we know, for the most part, some of us, and how we were raised and taught. But I don't like the fact that when a black person goes into a Asian beauty salon, they get talked about, you know.
And just to let y'all and motherfuckers know and such, just because we may not understand your language like that does not mean that we don't learn it.
Yeah.
Or that we can't understand it to a certain degree or so.
Or we can't understand, but like we know what y'all saying. Spoiler alert, yes. We know what y'all saying, you know. And then not all of them, not all of them.
No, but I'm saying we at least we try to at least, if anything, learn the language to a certain degree to where it's like we may not talk like it, but we can at least understand some of the stuff y'all saying. And also too, you don't even have to understand what they're saying. You can just guess pretty much what you're saying
through body language.
Yeah, through body language. So it's like you're not slick.
And we don't like to be followed around. We do not like to be followed around y'all beauty salons or y'all stores. We really don't. We're minorities just like y'all, okay? And that brings me to the scene in Get Out when the Asian guy came up to what was his name, Curtis or whatever. He was basically asking him, "Is it worth it?" Because Asians, they're not really the white people consider them above black people, but under them, so they're caught in the middle. And he was asking him, "Is the black experience worth leaving his stance towards Caucasian people?"
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, that was when he was like meeting everybody.
Oh, okay. I must not have been paying much attention to that.
Yeah,
shit. It was all about a bunch of racism questions and such.
Yeah, he was like, "Is a black experience worth it?" And honestly, I'm over here like, well, I can kind of understand that because they are smack dab in the middle. White people still think less of them, but they think they're more than us. But I still don't condone Asian hate. Stand by what I just said, though, but because I don't condone racism either from any race, whether it's my own, white people, Asian people, Hispanic people, but Asian hate is definitely something that's stupid and it's cowardice. Like, Asians respect their elders way more than Americans do, to a higher extent, to the point where even after they're dead, they still give them offerings and stuff. So why would you want to be a pussy and go around and attack them for no reason at all? These people aren't doing anything to you. They're just walking down the street, minding their own business, and then you attack them. You preying on the weak, and I don't like that. I think that's a pussy move. But I get why, because there was one dude that had balls enough. There was 3 Asian boys. He threw a soda bottle at him, and they whooped that nigga's ass.
They karate kidded.
They went 3 ninjas on that motherfucker. And beat the fuck out of that.
Get. But that's the thing too, though. You can't always underestimate people either, and that's number one thing I don't like that people be doing and such. Like, that's one of the things I cannot stand in life is being underestimated. Like, just because this guy may come off like this or somebody may come off like this does not mean you should underestimate them to where they're a dumbass or.
Well, I kind of like it because if you underestimate me, that gives me the advantage.
No. That's what I know. That's what I'm saying. I hate it, but at the same time, I love it though because, like you said, when you surprise them, you like, yeah. Where was that same energy though?
Right. Because at the end of the day, it's like, and this wasn't no regular ass whooping. This is an ass whooping where there was 3 motherfuckers on you. You think there was 5.
Oh, the equivalent to that ass beat was basically like Iron Mike off of Baki and such, and them 3 niggas, the mouth was kicking that nigga ass up. That's the equivalent to that beatdown. For those who seen Baki Hama, the Netflix series, so if y'all seen it, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, or you know how Naruto be turning into 5 people.
No, you talking about when he does a multi-channel?
Yeah,
and you bring that nigga up in that first episode. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, beat his ass.
Yep.
And I feel like it's going to be a war, and it should be a war. All I'm saying is get the right ones. If you see somebody like that, identify them, search them down, and beat the fuck out of them. I think there should be an Asian ninja squad just going down, beating the fuck out of people that do an Asian hate crimes.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that shit.
And let me check on our systems right here. Make sure everything's
See if everything's running. Yep.
All right, getting them views up.
Right. All right. In 3, 2.
All right. So in other news,
Now this is something that's close to my heart because she's been my boo thing for a couple of years now, and she's from our hometown, Grand Prairie. Well, not Grand Prairie in our hometown, but that's pretty much in our backyards. Do you think Demi Lovato? How can I put this? Because we talking about somebody that we know and love. We watched, grew up. She's evolved. And I'm happy for her. I'm happy for a big-headed ass. But I can say that because she's from our hometown. But where do you think Demi Lovato's career is headed now? Because I know she started off being California sober, which is you can smoke and drink, which I feel like everybody's different. From what I can ascertain, I can smoke and drink, but I feel like everybody has their kryptonite. Some people just need to stay away from that kryptonite. They can do whatever the hell else they want to. That's me, and obviously that's Demi. Some people, they have to stay away from everything altogether. Like I've heard some people can't even drink, So with that being said, she did the California sober. Now she's 100% sober. She also said she doesn't know who she is. She's finding out. She could be bi 1 minute. She could be straight one day. She could be gay the next. She could be lesbian. She doesn't know. And I heard the spectrum is fluid. She's just like I feel like she's had her childhood, like the time that you would take to realize what you were. She was working, struggling with addiction, going through things. So she really didn't have enough time to figure that out. So she's figuring it out now. But in the news, she was fighting for UFOs. She was a UFO civil rights activist. And she said actually calling them extraterrestrials is the equivalent of calling a black person the N-word. How do you feel about that?
I'm like, what the hell? In my opinion,
Yeah.
like that's all I really can say to that is like, why?
Do they even exist?
UFOs?
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
I mean,
but honestly, that just reminds me of that freaking girl from Sex Education and shit. That was like, likes aliens and all this other shit. Like it's a unique hobby, but like
I feel like we should wait until we get here and ask them what they want to be called.
Yeah.
They could have a whole tribe name and we don't even know.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't really know what to say in terms of that. I'm just looking like, hey, you got people who got hobbies, you got things to look for. As I was saying before, so she was having like, it's one thing to like have hobbies, but it's another thing to like, make to where it's like more than what it's supposed to be per se, and everybody knowing about it.
Yeah, and I guess what we trying to say, Demi, and please don't take this the wrong way, because like I said, I've loved you since Camp Rock. Matter of fact, I loved you since what's that little commercial TV show they used to have? The Hall Bell, as the bell rings or something like that.
Saved by the Bell type shit?
Not Saved by the Bell, but it was like on Disney Channel. It would be like doing the commercials and shit. I liked you on there. Matter of fact, I liked you on Barney. I used to pray every night that me and you would be together. I liked you and Selena alternatively through my childhood. Okay, so if we ever meet, I don't
Bro, I
want you
feel
to.
like, hold on, man. I'm gonna save you right real quick for putting your foot in your mouth right now, cause you've been reclaiming almost too many females on this thing, bro.
Well, I
You
mean,
did, you did, you did to Ariana
whoever I get
Grande.
to,
You doing the Selena? You doing this to
I'm
Selena,
just saying I'm attracted to them.
Zendaya?
Whoever I get to first. But but I'm just saying. I don't think you should be worried about UFOs, extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call them. Okay, I think you should be worrying about things that we know exist, like the charts, people that are here. Um, yeah, singing the ghosts is all nice and dandy, but at the end of the day, ghosts aren't not. Ghosts aren't gonna get you where you need to be. Okay, we are. People are. You have one of the best voices of this generation. The only person that probably could stand toe to toe with you from this generation is Ariana Grande. You have one of the best producers of all time, Scooter Braun, who produces Justin, Ariana. Like you have everything aligned, and I think you just need to focus on your singing career because the world needs it right now. Let me tell you, there is not a lot of good music out. And so I feel like we need to hear your voice. So, and it seems like every time you say something, you put your foot in your mouth or people criticize it. So if I was you, I would just stop talking and, start singing, make an album, make history. Because I feel like if anybody can be the next Beyonce, it's Demi Lovato. I'm going to go on record and say that. I feel like with the voice Demi Lovato has and the right lyrics and the right album, I feel like she could come for Beyonce's spot.
Okay, bro.
I really do.
Okay.
I really respectfully, they can share. I'm not saying she Spartan kicked Beyonce out the spot, but I'm just saying. Have you heard Demi Lovato sing?
I've heard her sing.
Okay, then.
I'm just saying though.
You acting all surprised.
I'm not surprised. I'm just like, But what other stuff we got?
Yeah. All right, so there's been a chicken wing shortage. Chicken tender, my bad. Chicken tender shortage. So.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. So chicken tender's gonna get chicken tender's gonna get expensive.
Yeah, they did the same thing like they've been doing with hot fries as well. I've been knowing a lot of people been eating a lot of hot fries nowadays. Like I be going to gas station and all hot fries gone.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's gonna be hot fries this year. I read somewhere that there's not gonna be no hot fries this year.
No, why?
I guess the company is, there's a shortage. With this whole COVID situation, a lot of people not working. So,
but we can still get freaking crunchy, flavor hot ones though. Yeah. But we can't get fried really though.
I'm saying, man,
that's supposed to be the lighter of the two.
Yeah.
So that's some bullshit.
But yeah, on top of that, but you remember a couple of years ago there was a shortage on wings, and that's why wings went up, and they kept them at that price. They ain't went down.
Man.
But yeah, there's definitely a shortage on chicken tenders. So y'all watching this, y'all need to get y'all some tenders because it might be the last time y'all get some.
Oh, not my chicken tenders.
Also, if I'm saying it correctly, a Tesla Cyber truck. It's basically like an ATV for a Tesla. Would you ever get one?
I don't know. Like if you're talking about like those automatic cars or so, I might get one. Yeah, because just to experience it. Now to me, it's like
but the ATV version though.
What's the difference?
One is like an ATV, and the other one is a car.
I don't know. I guess it just depends, really.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind having one. Now they made a kid version, which goes 20 miles per hour, and I get it. My kid would be the coolest kid on the block. But 20 miles per hour is a hell of a lot fast for a 5-year-old now.
Exactly.
Like, I ain't trying to see that nigga flipped upside down.
But 20 miles an hour is not that fast either, though.
For a 5-year-old?
Yeah, for a 5-year-old, of course. I'm just saying, in terms of like them being on the road kind of thing, I'm like, that's way too slow.
Yeah.
Even just driving on the regular
Well,
speedways or whatever.
I think the adult ones go at least 40. I think the adult ones go at least up to like 40.
I mean, 40's different. 40's decent.
Yeah, and I mean it is an ATV, a dirt bike for the most part. So, like, where you going to where you need to go to the store and drive? You shouldn't be driving the freeway with it anyways. Shoot, like,
I'm just saying though, you got people who would go that mile for that.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't mind driving a Tesla. Speaking of which, there was a man going shopping and he left his dog in the Tesla. And the dog actually pressed the button and drove his ass home.
What?
And there's
what?
And there's literally a video of this dog driving home, and the dog is looking at the window like, neat, isn't it?
Heck nah, man.
I'm just going to get some kibbles and bits.
Nah, that dog went the hell home. Like, he looking like, you trapping me in this shit? Bye. Like, I ain't with this.
I just paid for this with my first startup. Yes, indeed.
You see the dog in the driver's seat just looking like...
The dog was like, do you know where I can find some bitches, please? Like...
What's up with you, rich accent?
That's how I think the dog talks. Shit. Mm-mm. That's how he looked anyway. That dog was looking fancy in that mug. And the funny part is, because see, I feel like you could drive with a Tesla, because if it's on autopilot, you're not really doing anything. Yeah. But tell me why somebody was pulled over for driving drunk in a Tesla while it was on auto.
That don't make sense.
And I'm like, so the dog drove on autopilot better than you, because the dog made it home.
Wait. Didn't you? I feel like you mentioned it to me though, but didn't you say the guy that he didn't have it in right? So
yeah, he bumped into a wall.
Yeah, that's retarded as hell.
Yeah, and because it was on autopilot, like, it was hard for the police to stop. They had to like bump it or something.
I mean, it still don't make sense to me, because if it was on autopilot, then okay. Just the concept in general that because he was drunk and the sub was an autopilot or so, like, he shouldn't really gotten in trouble because he wasn't really at the wheel. And then for them to having to bump it till it hits the wall and all this other stuff, it's like, huh?
Well, I feel like there was more to it. Like, yeah, it's on autopilot, but you still need to be aware. Like, there's still some things. It might have not been fully autopilot. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't fully autopilot, then I could see how it got to the concept where it would have hit the wall.
Because the way they were talking, it was more like on a neutral or glide thing. Yeah. But I was like, come on now. He's like this dog made it home before you. Like, come on, somebody.
That's sad.
And there's some crazy people in the world. Like, a guy got pulled over for playing the flute in a car with 2 freaking hands. Like, this dude...
His stuff was on autopilot?
Huh?
Was his car on autopilot?
He had a regular car.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, somebody called... He was like... on this road. And people called the police. They were like, this man is playing the flute with 2 hands. He ain't got no hand on the steering wheel. What the fuck is going on?
I mean, my whole thing is that why they worry about so much stuff? Because if he's not crashing anybody, so then what's the deal?
He must have not been playing it good.
Then they was being petty then.
But
it was like, oh, this nigga play horrible. He on some Squidward shit.
But you shouldn't. You should have both hands on the wheel.
I don't doubt that or such in terms of common sense though. But I'm saying, for them to call police just because of that fact, it's like not really necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's like, what was your problem? Like, did he crash into somebody? Because most of the time when people call the police, it's because they crashed into somebody because they did that stupid shit. But he literally was on the road and you just saw him do it, and they like, oh my God, hey, this guy right here is doing this and that type shit.
Yeah. And then in other news, it's funny, there was a burning building, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a person in there. So, of course, the firefighters, risked their lives, broke down the doors as they should. Shout out to them to save this person. When they got up there, turns out it was just a mannequin. I bet they felt stupid as fuck.
Oh, dang.
I bet they felt stupid as fuck. Like, we done went through all this trouble for a dang mannequin.
I mean, hey, you just doing your job.
It happens.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know.
They didn't know. Also, Jason Derulo yesterday punched somebody in the face because they called him Usher.
Huh?
But I think there was more to it.
I'm like, huh?
I think there was more to it because when you watch the video, he goes like, "Fuck you, Usher," or "Bitch, Usher." You know, he curses at him. So what I'm thinking, and then the other boy said, "You're gonna slap him again, huh? You're gonna slap him?" And Jason Derulo, you know, he got them hands. He took off. He beat the fuck out of that dude. Because I mean, apparently, like, you know how people this boy ain't never been to a convention. When you're at a convention and you see Deadpool, you immediately be like, "What up, Spider-Man?" And
first of all, you some ignorant motherfuckers doing this shit. That's just me if you get the two confused. Come on now.
No, it's like tradition. If you're at and like, I hate the people that dress up as Spider-Man and Deadpool and bitch about it. Like, you know, this is a tradition. You know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much, if you go to a con, you see Spider-Man, call him Deadpool. You go see Deadpool, you call him Spider-Man. But I felt like the dude started it just off of the video. Like, I kind of put two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely beat his ass before this video. Because the dude was like, "Oh, you're going to slap him again. You're going to slap him again." So there was a scuffle. And he was probably trolling him, talking about, "Oh, hey, Usher." And he was having a bad day, and he was probably talking shit as well.
Mm.
And Jason Derulo wasn't having it. He wasn't singing on TikTok that day. He was TikToking that ass, but shoot. But and it's funny because his bodyguard tried to hold him, but that dude was gone. And he was like, "Hey, yo, fuck you, Usher." And he jetted. You would have thought that dude was a Flash. I could barely see him. And
you just saw like
literally.
You literally just saw like his body like just go
literally,
like go bam bam bam.
Literally, and you know, I feel like that nigga probably should have run, but then again, he probably didn't have no chance.
I mean, honestly, I feel like some people probably would have killed his ass just so Jason could beat his ass.
Yeah, and it was crowded. You know?
Yeah, because anything, he would have tripped on somebody, and he would have got caught any damn way, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but that was hilarious. Let's see. Oh yeah, so apparently a man bursted into flames the other day. He got tased by the police. Before he got tased by the police, you know, COVID is real. He sprayed himself down with Lysol, and
and that's why the stuff burst into flames.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, poor guy. Yeah. I know he got burned. I think he survived, but the dude is he fucked up. Yeah, you know, can you imagine like the police saying freeze, and the next thing you know they shooting you, and not only you getting electrocuted, because you got to think they were tasing him. Mm-hmm. So not only is he getting electrocuted, he's getting burned alive at the same freaking time. Yeah, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But
was there any other news?
Well, did you have anything you want to talk about?
I mean, nothing. I was like, nothing major has been going on. Oh, this topic is gonna be a little bit different, but a lot of people were saying that they were gonna be boycotting the new Dragon Ball movie because of the art style, and then like just based off of how it was going or so. Because they were saying how Gohan, my boy Gohan, was sitting here gonna be fighting against the strongest opponent in the movie. But a lot of people boycotted because a YouTuber had a lot of his content taken off because of Toriyama and them. And it was like over 100 videos or so of him like getting taken down and such. Like his livelihood was basically affected because of that shit. And so a lot of people like didn't like it because a lot of people do a lot of Dragon Ball content, regardless if it's not towards the thing or so. He was doing like reviews or some shit, and or like parody or something like that. So he was doing some kind of content with it, and apparently Toriyama didn't like it or something. So it affected his YouTube stuff, and a lot of people people were saying that they wanted to boycott it. So that was like another reason why people were boycotting it, because they just didn't like the animation style and that other reason. But to me, even though the art style does kind of take away from it, I never was picky in terms of how the animation stuff looked. As long as it wasn't super cheesy, as long as it didn't look over the top. I mean, it's anime. Yeah. It's not like real life, so it shouldn't really matter how exaggerated or how different the style is.
Yeah, me too. Like, as long as it looks decent, I'm fine.
Yeah, and then you got my boy Gohan sitting here, out here training. He's going to fight against the strongest one. And they saying he might get a new transformation in this one. Now, a lot of people were saying that, and the thing is canon. So, in the timelines, it's gone like a couple of years in the future and stuff, because Pan's supposed to be a little older now. Like, she's not like a little baby right now. She's like around like Gohan when he first appeared or so in Dragon Ball. And the thing about too that a lot of people was like didn't like her, so like kind of like what the fuck is he trying to do? Because Gohan was saying he was trying to pursue a new transformation and nobody did it, and he was trying to stir away from his Saiyan heritage. But you saw him going Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 or so in the trailer. So it's like, what does that mean? Is it going to be something that evolves it still, or this is just an opening act kind of thing? Yeah. And then, yeah. I don't know what to expect at this point. Oh, yeah, my boy Broly's in the movie, too. They confirmed that on there. I was happy about that one. Yeah. Because everybody was like, man, Broly going to show up now? I mean, like, hey, you made a banger off the first movie for him and all that. He's canon now, so it's like, bring him on for the squad. Cause I do want him to be around more, see more of him, because it's like, hey man, you don't have to necessarily be on Vampa anymore. You can come to Earth and chill with the gang and be part of the Sea Warriors and shit, like have all the Saiyans be together, because we finally having a Saiyan that's on the team that's not dead. I always thought for the life of me, I said, bro, why the hell they keep killing off the Saiyans so many times, so many of their brethren and shit. It's like, come on now. Y'all got these halflings here that don't want to fucking train. Like, they got all this potential, but because the half of them is human, they're lazy about it.
Matter of fact, in the year 2020, I identify as a Super Saiyan. Goddamn, I'm gonna say that shit.
What the fuck?
I identify as a goddamn Saiyan where my goddamn tail at.
I mean, there's so much shit to go in that. And that's so much racism going in that part. Be like, where my monkey tail at? And I'm like, well, that's going to stir a lot of shit in that moment, because I feel like every person, color shit, where my monkey tail at, me. Right. I want to be powering up and all this other shit. I want to fly.
So what would happen if I told you I had a private recording of every conversation you ever had?
I would freak the fuck out.
Yeah, a woman found that out on her Amazon app. Like, she had the little Amazon, because Amazon have their own Alexa, and she found out that they had like thousands of stories worth of recordings of her. And I said, this is why I don't allow Alexa. Fuck that bitch. I don't even. Let me shut up, because we might have a watcher named Alexa. Yeah, like I was like, I don't even know no Alexas.
Yeah, don't even do that.
But shoot, I let unless you got a heartbeat and a nice ass. If your name Alexa, you ain't coming in my house. Like, I never trusted that thing. I feel like as a society we're getting too dependent on. We're getting too dependent on these animatronic things.
Electronics in general.
Yeah.
I might get that,
and it's getting us dumber and dumber. You know.
Yeah, and I'm not down that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like it's hitting that Matrix level stuff.
Yeah.
And we do need to check that out and do a movie review on that part too.
For real.
But any case, let it be, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification in so you can get all the new videos that we post now and such. You got any ending quotes?
Yep, like I say, if y'all see me being real chill today, like I said, I'm a little under the weather, but I pressed my way to see y'all. I think this episode was good. Demi, hope there was no harm, done. We love you. We just want you to make more music for us. We want you to do what you were called to do, and that's to make the world a better place through your beautiful voice. Like, your songs have helped me so much. Stone Cold. What else? Like, I love rock Demi. Like, pop Demi is okay, but I miss being like 15 in my bedroom just rocking out, like with my fake electric guitar, here we go again type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So La La Land type shit. So yeah. Shout out to you, Demi. Can't wait for that new album. Hope y'all have a great new year.
Oh yeah.
As well. Did we didn't even did we tell them what we gonna do today?
No, we ain't going to it though, but we ain't nothing to worry about.
We don't have to. It's just my boy getting his cards read, dog. He's getting his tarot cards read for the first time. He's gonna get that guidance that he needs. So yeah, that's happening. How you feel about that?
I mean, like I said, we just gotta wait and see. But
yep, that's next episode. But
like I said, hey, until next time, it's your boys,
Dark,
Crimson,
DZ. We out.
Laters.
Mm-hmm. You act too fast. You gotta pause. Give yourself time to cut the thing.